finally have our first written occurrence of evil twins. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more Oz content. This tournament breakdown is kind of freaking crazy, actually, because there is so much Ryzeal present in this top cut that it's actually kind of nuts to be seeing right now. You know, Node only added one card into this deck's already existing pile of tools. And you're seeing that for the size of this event that you only had, oh boy, only 5 of these decks stepping into the arena out here is actually spectacular. And it really does kind of prove that, you know, this deck did well. Now, don't let this be the case because, you know, we have more tournament data out here that tells a completely different story of this. This is going to be as good as, you know, how competitive these locals and regions are going to be. So it's an important thing to see here. Now, we also do have 2 Maliss present in this event. I think that Maliss is going to be a very, very disgusting challenger in the future of this meta that the OCG is going to have to deal with, and I'm not really looking forward to seeing the power that this deck is going to bring to the table. But what I'm going to tell you out here is if you are not prepared for these big swings in the challengers that are coming with this, you're going to have a very bad time out here. Now, like I said, this was also our first occurrence of Evil Twin stepping into the arena out here. I've been scouring for Evil Twins out here. I wanted to see how this deck was going to do. And, you know, you're just kind of using the Fiendsmith stuff to make the Evil Twin deck, you know, be viable, in my opinion. But you've already got the Primite deck. It's already kind of doing that. So, yeah, you got a lot to think about on the balancing side of things about how that's supposed to hold together. So, you know, but it's cool to see. So we'll have to see how that looks here in a second. But let's pass on over to deck list. Starting things off here, we have our Ryzeal Challenger actually tearing through this meta, which is disgusting. I mean, this build's got 7 Tachyon here. We've got Small World in here as well. And we're also doing a Gamma, a Delta, and the Driver. So now we suddenly care about, I guess, making sure that our 7 Tachyon and stuff can resolve, because I guess it would make sense that that would be a choke point. But, you know, if you can resolve and put the negates on the field, then you're not doing much with them at that point, because you're going to get rank 4 and extra deck locked at that stage. So that's very interesting. You do see the summon limit actually getting a place in here. You also do see that we are playing some of the support to go search for our dear old friend Scythe, and actually the Lancia. Oh man, sanctuming into the Scythe. I still cannot believe that the OCG simply just limited this interaction to 1. That is still so crazy. Next up is more Ryzeal. Holy crap. Now, this is actually kind of funny because this build actually was main decking the Lancia in here. So I guess you've reached the point out here that people were so afraid of this meta that they were willing to make the call of actually main decking this. I also see, is that the Flame Banshee down there in the side deck? Actually, looks like it is. What in the world are we cooking up out here, OCG, that, you know, you're seeing Flame Banshee, of all things, being a discussion point for a deck like this? I guess you want to be searching for some of those little extra pieces just to kind of get the deck going. Maybe some extra revivability along the way, but okay, you know. You do see that, once again, that Hole Thruster is starting to stick back around out here, and actually is going to be a very strong card going forward. So I will give it to the OCG. Also, Small World's back in action out here. Man, they really are clutching really hard onto this. Okay, next up here we have this freaking 57 cards. That's right. All right, so we have a 57 card Maliss list for you here. Now, I guess I shouldn't say I'm surprised to see that we're slamming down 50 freaking 7 cards in here, but okay, OCG really did in the very early stages like those grass variants. They're like, hey, you know, we can mill down all of these good cards, but you no longer have to throw in all that extra stuff. But you are doing triple March in here now with the triple backup Secretary, because the whole purpose of this deck is it wants to gas through its lines, and it wants to be able to set up to those big boards. You know, this OCG gets to play the big 4-link 4s, which, you know, also includes Apollos. The TCG version is only doing Firewall, Nightmare Griffin, and the Access Code Talker. So those are all pretty interesting, but isn't that kind of interesting to see also, you know, they're supplementing the Bystials that they're missing with actual Sauroniers in here. Sauronier just needs to be an extender and put the extra body on the field and go. Okay. Next up here, we have more Maliss for you. All right, well, you truly wanted to see the Maliss experience out of the weekend here. Now, I mean, obviously, it's a stark contrast because you gutted 17 cards out to go down to 40 on your variants, which I think that's fine. You see that this build is going with the 2 Signet Minings, which actually works out. You also see that we are doing 2 March, but we're also only doing 1 backup Secretary. From what little I have played, Secretary is an insane card, man. The fact that if you see Secretary, it's a free search into another free search to set you up into a Maliss monster, and you just get to set up some insanely good extension plays. You really should not underestimate it. It's also 2 Signet Minings I can get behind. No shifters in the main. I think that's partially because they were afraid of more Maliss decks being present, which is okay. And also Reciting Wizard. I really don't know how I feel about that either. Wizard's kind of one of those cards that is very, very strong. All right. Next up here, we have our Evil Twin Fiendsmith build, and it's playing triple copies of Monster Reborn. Okay, I see you. Having, I guess, the quick play on that's good. We're also only playing 1 copy of the Evil Twin Link. I mean, did we not really need more than 1? Like, I feel like that was going to be like a 2 of in this deck, but I guess the purpose is, you know, once you're bridging into 1, you know, you're going to go into Fiendsmith combo and just kind of keep going anyway. You're using the new Monster Reborn kind of as the little quick play or the little extender to kind of keep the extra bodies on the field. So once again, you know, we can have the revolving door going so that you can, you know, keep those monsters going. Abao Q making a guest star appearance down here as well. I mean, why not, right? It makes sure that the deck can actually keep its bodies up and rolling. Outside of that, I don't see anything wrong with this. This actually is a pretty solid starting point for this deck. Next up, we have more Ryzeal action for you. I see we're sporting off 40 cards. No imperms in the main deck, though. I really like that, actually. I feel like I get what they're trying to do. They're like, imperm doesn't have as much high value as it has, but, you know, I don't really think you want to go away from that. Like, I also see, once again, our Infernal Flame Banshee showing up down here as well. I guess we really are just trying to find as many starting options to go with. Only 1 Twins of the Eclipse in this list is fine. We've also got the Meowls doing its thing. Okay. Tact Talents, Thrust, all the standard good stuff you want to see, but also because of this new stuff here, you know, Mr. Hole Thruster. Once again, every one of these lists has proven to me that you want to be playing the Hole Thruster just to be able to, you know, get things going. So, good stuff. Oh, man. More Ryzeal. Yeah, I can tell you why this list didn't do good. So this list was a little bit too metagaming here. They were like, all right, we're very afraid of Ryzeal. We're going to go ahead and we're going to main deck triple Lancia here, just so that we can kind of counteract the meta. Well, unfortunately, it didn't end up being the case. It just kind of led you into one of those false hopes and dreams. Because unfortunately, this tournament had way more people on the, we're going to bring in the counter pick to the counter pick here. And you see the opportunity of, oh, well, you know, why'd this deck fail? Because it was geared towards another matchup. And unfortunately, you know, they didn't get that matchup that they were really hoping for out here. So that is a hilarious thing, and that typically happens out here when you're over pushing for, you know, the meta like this. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is something to be aware of. And our last list here is more Ryzeal. But once again, this list telling us, oh, hey, you know, somebody wanted to bring in some Sakitama good action in here. And there's nothing wrong with Sakitamas. We've been following this. I love this card. I love what Sakitama, its job brings to the table. It gives you the little extra extender so you can kind of keep the deck going. Once again, you see that Infernal Flame Banshee again stepping into the arena out here for that extra level of consistency. I also see, you know, we have the double Tact Talents in the main deck for that Disruption, 7 Tachyon, 7 Ascensions even. This build is going as far as it can to actually try to push things. And, you know, I'm not surprised to say the least. So looking actually pretty good out here. So what do you guys think about all of this cool little madness? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.